Found out, and I immediately was scared. I also have older kids. How am I going to tell them? I'm not married. That scaredness brought me to online. Let me see if this is real. Let me see if I really am, and let's get an ultrasound. That's what I wanted. Let's get an ultrasound. Those are the words on the search bar. The very first one that popped up was Pregnancy Help Center. I think I called at 11. They had an appointment by 1:30, and I went that same day. I speak to the counselor about 10, 15 minutes, and in the whole conversation, I can sense reassurance from her. I'm asked to get ready, lay down, and a few minutes after come the counselor and the nurse asks me, how far along are you? I tell her I'm 6 weeks. She draws something on the paper and she shows it to me. She says, if you are what you say you are, then you are going to see this. So the nurse just takes a few minutes. She's looking for something, and then she smiles and she says, there we are. She says, there it is. And I asked, is everything okay? Do you see something? Is it viable? I remember that was my word, it said viable. And she said, it is. And she turns it around, she turns the video around, the camera, and I see what she said I was supposed to see. And I asked her, so everything's okay? She says, yes. And she asks, she says, what do you think now that you see it? And I'm honest, I tell her, I still think I want to go through with the abortion. And she kneels down because the tables where you lay down is a little high, but she gets near me to my ear. And she says a few things that stuck with me. Strong, you can do this, you're not alone. And she said, do you need help? We're here to help. She said, we can help you. That's what the Pregnancy Help Center is for. I immediately, after going to see you guys, saw that Texas had ruled out abortion. Can't do it, it's illegal. So I am wondering, is it illegal everywhere? And the first thing that pops up is Colorado, so I do make that call. I'm waiting to be called, but right in front of me, there's an older gentleman. I believe he's in his 60s, 70s. I was just like, what is this man doing here? The office is very small, the lobby. You can hear everything everyone's saying. So he says, I'm here to donate $800 for a possible abortion. And I just looked at the guy, my baby's dad, and I'm just like, did you hear that? I explained, it made me feel very bad. Here comes a person that doesn't want your baby to be born, For whatever reason, they want to stop it from happening. And I'm just crying. And I feel the baby move a lot. I was about 14 weeks, and it was a whole lot of emotions and voices in my head. My mom, she was very against me having another baby, because she saw how much I struggled with my older kids. She saw, and she said, you're just gonna struggle more. I also had the nurse, her comments, nurse from the Pregnancy Help Center, the words that she mentioned that day at the ultrasound, and the reassurance that she made me feel while there. I'm there, and I felt powerful. I feel like I could do it. I have a whole bunch of women behind me, and that just was a replay. A replay. So I said, okay, I'm not gonna do this. I'm just ready to go. At that point, I'm just shaking, ready to leave. So I come back from Colorado, and I just want to make sure that this is good. Whatever medication they put in me, I want to make sure it wasn't anything more than what they said it was. You never know. So I call Pregnancy Help Center, but I tell them I've been feeling very uncomfortable. I just want to make sure that the baby is good. Again, they told me yes, another appointment the same day. Every time I called, they were able to see me that same day. I go in, and the nurse tells me everything's good. Baby is measuring great. Size, he's a little bit bigger than what he should be, but he's good. His heart's beating, and I just I remember feeling so good that day, walking in there. I spoke to the lady at the receptionist, and she said about the workshops. You know, she mentioned something about the workshops. So I take these classes, I accumulate points up until the birth of my baby. Then I have him. Everything goes great in labor, super good. And the baby was here. Oh, well, when I saw him, he was just more than I expected. He just changed all of our lives. And I tell that to the kids. Didn't he come to change our lives? And they say, yes, he did. God knows exactly what you need, even when you don't know it. And this is exactly what I needed. When you're here, you experience this type of feeling, this type of welcoming sensation. It's just very meaningful. So I can say they were a big part of why I decided, you know, I'm not alone.